Yeah. Am I going to introduce it again?
Yeah.
Okay. Today, we've started reading verses from the Darastakam with the Mother Mohan's lovely poetic verses. And during this month of Kartik, we're going to read a verse each time. And we're going to try and limit the reading of all the readers to 8 pages so that everyone has a chance to read. So saith the pundit. Oh, so please commence.
Okay. Gurave Gaurachandraya Rathikaya Stadalaye Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tad Bhaktaya Namo Namaha Shri Gurave Namaha. So we're going to start with Damodarastakam, the first verse, followed by Sanatana Goswami's short annotation. So the first verse is Namami Shwaram Satchidananda Rupam Lasat Kundalam Gokule Brajamanam Yashodabhiyo Lokala Dhavamanam Paramrishtam Atyantato Dultya Gopya. So, I bow to the eternal joy divine, the Almighty who in Gokul doth shine, with glistening pendants hung upon each ear, who fled the grinding mortar in great fear of Yashoda, who ran for him too fast and seized upon him from behind at last. So now, Sanatana Goswami, did you get that?
Yeah, it's lovely. Fabulous.
So now Sanatana Goswami's annotation, it's called Digdarshini. He starts off with a couplet, the rest of it is in prose. Shri Radha Sahitam Natva Sri Damodaram Ishwaram Damodarastaka Vyakhya Digesha Darshyate Dhuna. Bowing to him whose soft belly was bound, as well as to Radha, I now expound 8 verses in which he is glorified and show the way as a general guide. So, it says here, Tattagre kimapi prarthayitomado tasya tattva rupa lila gunadi vishesham gokula prakatito nija bhagavatta sara sarvasva bhutam. That's how it goes in the original. Before elaborating on the particulars of the beauty, exploits, attributes, and other details, as also the excellence of the Lord's manifestation in Gokula, the author, that's Satyavrata Muni, to invoke auspiciousness in his undertaking, opens the poem with the customary salutation, Namami, I bow. To whom does he bow? To Ishvara, the supreme ruler, who is omnipotent and who is the one universal Lord and who is his own master. These imply the ardent prayer to divinity with exclusive and pious devotion, with the apprehension of his supreme sovereign dignity. So it suggests Aishwarya mood in the beginning. How then is he characterized? Satchidananda Rupam, the form of eternal consciousness and bliss, or the embodied condensed essence of these elements. Such is the express meaning of the phrase. The author now proceeds to elucidate the particular super excellence of the exquisite beauty of his glistening ear pendants, Lasat Kundalam, that are set in motion as he flees in terror from Yashoda, or that are often seen glistening with the restless motions of his childhood play, as it were The earrings themselves are always at play upon his cheeks. In this manner, attention is drawn to the delectable beauty of his radiant face. Also, the surpassing privilege of the earrings is suggested in that they are fortunate enough to always be kissing his lovely cheeks, or that the earrings derive their lustre from his cheeks, which further suggests the idea that his ornaments are beautified by his beauty. The cowherd damsels in Book 10 express their wonder in "Your beauty makes the three worlds fortunate. Cows, birds, and deer, and trees horripilate." Srimad Bhagavatam 10:29-40. And also in Book 3, Uddhava exclaims, "The beauty displayed by his human guise, by yoga power, filled all with surprise. He charmed himself by his embellishments, whose limbs ornamented his ornaments." Srimad Bhagavatam 3:2-12. Now, the surpassing excellence of his associates is proclaimed with "who in Gokula doth shine," which implies with cowherds, cowherdesses, cows and calves, among whom he shines conspicuous, which suggests the most suitable and apposite environment to exhibit his natural beauty, and where he augments the natural beauty of his surroundings. Again we find in Book 10, "So now he sate upon the sandy ground, illustrious, while cowherd dames surround. His exclusive beauty a radiance cast of love's charms in the three worlds unsurpassed." Srimad Bhagavatam 10:32-14. In the latter half of the verse, the author proceeds to elucidate the passing wondrous childhood exploits, such as how he flees in terror of his mother Yashoda, how he pierced and broke the pots, his guilty expression as he flies the mortar, how he was to be seen standing on the upturned mortar with the covert intention of pilfering the curds and cream, and how he sought to evade punishment. This incident is elaborated in Book 10, Chapter 9, in words like these: "Nor sooner had she spied him from afar, seated upon an overturned mortar, and doling out to monkeys in the yard the tasty curds and cream, now off his guard, but glancing here and there, now and again, with guilty looks, the jars of cream did drain. But suddenly she crept up from behind, to seize him who is not easy to find, even by great contemplatives in the mind. But when his mother's swift approach he spies, he leaps in haste and from the mortar flies." Srimad Bhagavatam 10:9, 8 and 9. Though he fled in haste, Yashoda could run with a swifter pace, despite her bulky thighs and heavy bosom. Reference to her as the cowherdess suggests her dignity and high status in particular, and the great fortune of the cowherds in general. Seized upon him from behind. This implies his affectionate condescension in allowing himself to be caught at last. Again, delving into the Bhagavatam, we have, "And while she did in haste Krishna pursue, cascading blossoms her footsteps ensue. Impeded by her bulky breasts and thighs, she hastes behind, to catch the culprit tries, and when she did the chance to seize him find, at length she caught hold of him from behind." Srimad Bhagavatam 10, 9, 10. So that's the first verse. So we'll do the next one on Monday. Is that all right? So now maybe someone else can start reading if they want.
No. Carry on the Mahabharata. That was so gorgeous. God, the descriptions of the earrings and the face and the
It's pretty far
it's
out.
oh, thank you. And the poetry was so evocative. I mean, I think everybody. Oh, Ram is there. He joined. Great.
I was
I
going to
think.
say, because Mahabharata, where it just said these descriptions of the tirthas, it's remember Mathura?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I know. Well, I
we've
talked
got one
about that.
more. One
He,
more.
there's a bit. There's a bit. Okay, so Madan doesn't mind reading it anyway.
Well, okay, cool.
Okay, well, he's going to start. I might not. He can go straight to you if you don't mind, because may I,
I'll go up to page 40, right? So I'm going to start on page 33 and I'll
yes,
go up to
Okay.
page 40. I'll complete page 40, yeah?
yeah.
And then
Okay.
the last paragraph of it anyway, right?
Yeah.
So
Then I'll carry on from page 40 then.
if you like it, or what about
Um,
Mathura? Anyone, anyway, we'll all
I'm
get
not really. I don't mind reading when we get back to the story.
that.
yeah, I get you.
I just get too exhausted by doing it. But I don't mind hearing it. It's
Okay,
easier for me to hear it.
okay.
Okay.
So we're on the Mahabharata, Aranyaka Parva, and Tirtha Yatra Parva within Aranyaka Parva.
Which page?
On page 33, and it's chapter 379,
Yeah,
episode 82.
yeah. I've got that. That was
Okay,
yeah.
so it's Pulastya speaking. Who is he speaking to?
Good question. Who is he
Is it
speaking?
Bhishma?
Yes,
All right,
and
good.
this is being repeated by Narada to Yudhisthira.
Ah, isn't that great? So Narada's repeating to you to steer a conversation between Pulastya and Bhishma.
Yes,
Isn't that brilliant?
yes. So Pulastya said, talking to Bhishma, "Oh, one learned in Dharma, one should then go to the ancient Dharma Tirtha. O king, there is no doubt that a man who bathes there, controlled and devoted to Dharma, sanctifies his lineage for 7 generations. Oh, one learned in Dharma, one should then go to the supreme Karapatana. One obtains Agnistoma and goes to the world of the sages. O king, a man should then go to the forest Sogandika." Footnote. Should I read it? Yeah. Literally sweet smelling and fragrant. There is also a plant and a flower by the name of Sogandika. End of footnote. Brahma, the gods, the sages, and the ascetics are there, and the siddhas, the charanas, gandharvas, the kinnaras, and the great nagas. As soon as one enters the forest, one is free from all sins. O king, the best of streams, the supreme of rivers, the immensely sacred goddess and river Saraswati flows in Plaksha. On performing one's ablutions there, from the water that issues from an anthill, and worshipping the ancestors and the gods, one obtains the fruits of a horse sacrifice. There is a tirtha named Ishanadhyushita there, difficult of access and determined to be 6 throws of a shamya away from the anthill. Footnote. Shamya is a wooden sacrificial stick, and the distance is 6 throws of this stick away. O tiger among men, it has been seen in the ancient accounts that on bathing there, one obtains 1,000 tawny cows and a horse sacrifice. O descendant of the Bharata lineage, O best of men, if one goes to Sugandha, Shatakumbha, and Panchayagya, one obtains greatness in the world of heaven. O descendant of the Bharata lineage, The tirtha known as Trishula Kata is also there. On performing ablutions there, engaged in the worship of the ancestors and the gods, there is no doubt that after discarding one's body, one attains the status of Ganapati. O Indra among kings, one should then go to the place of the goddess that is difficult of access. This is famous in the three worlds by the name of Shakambari. Shakambari, O Lord of men, strict in her vows, for 1,000 divine years, she subsisted on vegetables month after month. O descendant of the Bharata lineage, rishis, ascetics, and devotees of the goddess came there, and the guests were entertained with offerings of vegetables. Her name is Shakambari, was thus established. On going to Shakambari, celibate and controlled, one should live there for 3 nights, eating vegetables and restrained and pure. O descendant of the Bharata lineage, through the grace of the goddess, a visit there is equal in fruits to living on vegetables for 12 years. Then one should go to Suvarnaksha, renowned in the 3 worlds. In ancient times, to win his favors, Vishnu propitiated Rudra there. He obtained many rare boons, difficult even among the gods. O descendant of the Bharata lineage, the destroyer of Tripura was satisfied and told him, O Krishna, you will be more loved in the world. There is no doubt that your mouth will be the entire universe. O Indra among kings, going there and worshipping Vrishadwaja, one obtains a horse sacrifice and the status of a Ganapati. Then a man should go to Dhumavati and fast there for 3 nights, obtaining certainly everything that one desires in one's mind. O Lord of men, Rata is towards the south of the goddess. O one learned in Dharma, one should ascend it with faith and in control of one's senses. Through Mahadeva's grace, one then obtains the supreme objective. O bull among the Bharata lineage, O immensely wise one, after circumambulating it, one should go to Dhara, the cleanser of all sins. O tiger among men, O Lord of men, on bathing there, one never sorrows. O one learned in Dharma, after showing obeisance to the great mountain, one should then go to the gate of the Ganga. 231 footnote. More accurately, Ganga Dwara, probably Harika Pauri in Haridwar. End of footnote. There is no doubt that this is like the gate of heaven. On bathing there in Koti Tirtha, controlled in mind, one obtains Pundarika sacrifice and saves one's lineage. On satisfying the gods and the ancestors in Sapta Ganga, Triganga, and Chakravarta, in accordance with the prescriptions, one obtains greatness in the world of the virtuous. Then, bathing in Kanakala and fasting there for 3 nights, a man obtains a horse sacrifice and goes to the world of heaven. O Lord of men, the visitor of Tirthas should then go to Kapila Vatta. Staying there for 1 night, one obtains the fruits of 1,000 cows. That means giving them away. O Indra among kings, O best among the supreme of the Kudu lineage, this is the Tirtha of the great soul Kapila, king of the Nagas. It is renowned in all the worlds. O Lord of men, on performing ablutions in that Tirtha of the Nagas, a man obtains the fruits of 1,000 tawny cows. Then one should go to Lalitika, Shantanu's supreme Tirtha. O king, on bathing there, a man never confronts difficulties. A man who bathes at the confluence of the Ganga and the Sangama obtains 10 horse sacrifices and rescues his lineage. O Indra among kings, from there one should go to Sugandha, famous in the world. Cleansed of all sin and pure of soul, one attains greatness in Brahma's world. O Lord of men, the visitor of Tirthas should then go to Rudravata. O King, on bathing there, a man obtains greatness in the world of heaven. O best of men, on bathing at the confluence of the Ganga and the Saraswati, one obtains a horse sacrifice and goes to the world of heaven. On going to Bhadra Karneshwara and worshipping the gods in accordance with the rites, one never confronts difficulties and goes to the world of heaven. O Lord of men, the visitor of Tirthas should then go to Kubjamraka. One obtains the fruits of 1,000 cows and goes to heaven. O Lord of men, the visitor of Tirthas should then go to Arundhati. On touching the water at Samudraka and fasting there for 3 nights, a man obtains the fruits of 1,000 cows and rescues his lineage. Celibate and controlled in mind, one should then go to the Brahmavata. One obtains a horse sacrifice and goes to the world of heaven. On going to the source of the Jamuna, footnote, the source of the Jamuna is the Jamunotri glacier, end of footnote. And touching the water of the Jamuna there, one obtains the fruits of a horse sacrifice and attains greatness in the world of heaven. Then one should go to the Tirtha named Darvishamkramana, famous in the 3 worlds. One obtains a horse sacrifice and goes to the world of heaven. On going to the source of the Sindhu, frequented by Siddhas and Gandharvas, and staying there for 5 nights, one obtains a lot of gold. On going thereafter to Vedi, extremely difficult of access, a man obtains a horse sacrifice and the goal of Ushanas. Footnote. Ushanas is Shukra's name, so one goes to Shukra's world. End of footnote. O descendant of the Bharata lineage, one should then go to Rishikulya and Vashishta. On going to Vashishta, all the other Varanas become Brahmanas. O Lord of men, having bathed in Rishikulya, a man attains the world of the Rishis, if one lives there for 1 month and subsists on vegetables. On going to the Brigu Tunga, one obtains the fruits of a horse sacrifice. On going to Vira Pramoksha, one is freed from all sins. O descendant of the Bharata lineage, on going to the Tirthas of Kritika and Maga, a virtuous man obtains the fruits of Agnishtoma and Atiratra. On going to the supreme Vidyatirtha in the evening and touching the water there, one becomes skilled in all forms of knowledge. If one spends a night in Mahashrama, eating once a day, one is cleansed of all sins and attains the world of the pure. Living there for 1 month at the time of Mahalaya and eating, footnote, the night of the new moon, Amavasya, during Krishna Paksha, when there is a conjunction of the sun and the moon, and the sun enters the constellation of Kanya, Virgo. This occurs in September or October, end of footnote. And eating once in 3 days, one is cleansed of all sins. The soul becomes pure and one obtains a lot of gold. One should then go to Veta Sika, frequented by the grandfather, that's Brahma. One obtains a horse sacrifice and goes to the objective of Ushanas. Then, on reaching the Tirtha of Sundarika, frequented by the Siddhas, as has been witnessed in the ancient texts, one becomes handsome. Then, going on to Brahmani, celibate and in control of one's senses, one goes to Brahma's world in a lotus-coloured vehicle. Then one should go to the sacred Naimisha, frequented by the Siddhas. Brahma always resides there, together with the masses of the gods. Even if one desires to go to Naimisha, half of one's sins are destroyed. As soon as a man enters it, all his sins are cleansed. O descendant of the Bharata lineage, the wise visitor of Tirthas should live in Naimisha for a month. All the Tirthas of the earth are in Naimisha. O descendant of the Bharata lineage, bathing there, controlled and restrained in diet, one obtains the fruits of a sacrifice in which cows are donated. O supreme among the Bharata lineage, one also rescues one's lineage for 7 generations. It is said by the wise ones that he who gives up his life in Naimisha through fasting finds delight in the world of heaven. O supreme among kings, Naimisha is always sacred and holy. On going to Ganguli and fasting there for 3 nights, a man obtains a horse sacrifice and is born like Brahma. Going to the Saraswati, one should satisfy the ancestors and the gods. There is no doubt that one finds delight in Saraswati's world. Celibate and controlled, one should then go to Bahuda. A man then obtains the fruits of a Deva Satra sacrifice. Then one should go to the sacred Chiravati, surrounded by holy ones. Worshipping the ancestors and the gods there, one obtains a horse sacrifice. On going to Vimala Shoka, one shines like the moon. Spending a night there, one attains greatness in the world of heaven. One should then go to Gopratara, the supreme of Tirthas on the Sarayu. Rama went to heaven there with his servants, horses, and vehicles. Footnote: the Sarayu river is in Uttar Pradesh. At the end, Rama immersed himself in the Sarayu river and returned to heaven. Gopratara is about 8 kilometers from Ayodhya. O Lord of men, on bathing at the Tirtha of Gopratara, a man is cleansed of all sins, becomes pure in soul, and attains greatness in the world of heaven. O descendant of the Kuru lineage, if a man bathes in Rama's Tirtha on the Gomati, he obtains a horse sacrifice, and the man's lineage is saved. O supreme among the Bharata lineage, the Tirtha Sata Sahasrika is there. O bull among the Bharata lineage, on bathing there, controlled and restrained in diet, one obtains the sacred fruits of 1,000 cows. O Indra among kings, one should then go to the supreme region of Bhartvi. O king, on bathing in Koti Tirtha and worshipping Guha, a man obtains the fruits of 1,000 cows. Such a man becomes energetic. On going to Varanasi and worshipping Vrishadhwaja and bathing in the pond known as Kapila, one attains a royal sacrifice. O Indra among kings, on going to Markandeya's Tirtha, difficult of access and famous in the worlds, located at the confluence of the Gomati and the Ganga, one obtains Agnishtoma and rescues one's lineage. Celibate and in control of one's senses, one should then go to Gaya. O descendant of the Bharata lineage, on going there, one obtains a horse sacrifice. Akshayavata, famous in the 3 worlds, is there. O Lord, whatever is offered to the ancestors there becomes inexhaustible. On bathing in Mahanadi and satisfying the ancestors and the gods, one attains the inexhaustible worlds and saves one's lineage. On going to Brahma's lake, adorned with Dharma's forest, one attains a Pundarika sacrifice as soon as night becomes dawn. O Indra among kings, Brahma's sacrificial pole rises high in that lake. On circumambulating the pole, one obtains the fruits of a horse sacrifice. O Indra among kings, one should then go to Denuka, famous in the world. O king, on staying there for 1 night and donating sesamum and a cow, all sins are cleansed, one becomes pure in soul, and there is no doubt that one goes to the world of the moon. O great king, there is no doubt that even today there is a sign there. A cow with her calf used to roam over that mountain. O descendant of the Bharata lineage, Her hoof marks and those of her calf can be seen there even today. O Indra among kings, O supreme among kings, O descendant of the Bharata lineage, on touching water, these hoof marks, whatever evil acts one has committed, are destroyed. Then one should go to Gridravata, the place where the wise god is established. On going to Vrishadhwaja, one should bathe in ashes. If one is a Brahmin, one will obtain a vow of 12 years. If one is from an inferior Varna, all one's sins will be destroyed. O bull among the Bharata lineage, then one should go to Mount Udyanta, filled with the sound of singing. The footprint of Savita can be seen there. Rigid in vows, a Brahmin who observes the Sandhya prayers there is like one who has observed Sandhya prayers for 12 years. O bull among the Bharata lineage, the famous Yoni Dwara is there. On going there, a man is freed from any mixing up of varnas. O king, if a man lives in Gaya during both Shukla Paksha and Krishna Paksha, there is no doubt that his lineage is sanctified for 7 generations. If one wishes for many sons, one should only go to Gaya, or perform a horse sacrifice, or set free a blue bull. O king, O lord of men, the visitor of Tirthas should then go to Falgu. He obtains a horse sacrifice and goes to great success. O Indra among kings, controlled one should then go to Dharma Prashta. O great king, O Yudhishthira. Now, Dharma is always present there. Going there, one obtains the fruits of a horse sacrifice. O Indra among kings, one should then go to the supreme Brahmatirtha. O Indra among kings, there, worshipping Brahma, whose energy is unlimited, a man obtains the fruits of a royal sacrifice and a horse sacrifice. So I'll stop there. And
Okay, I'll carry on. Where exactly
so,
were you?
right at the beginning of the paragraph at the bottom of page 40.
Okay.
It was beautifully read, by the way. It was, God, because that's not an easy thing to read, but you actually brought it alive somehow or other. It's
Well,
like waves in an
Not
ocean of
practice.
time, really, kind of like, yeah, it was very well done. And now Kanai is going to carry on.
Kana, you should go complete up to page 4, all included, read up to page 48, I reckon. And
All
then
right.
someone else can have a go.
All right.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. O Lord of Men, the visitor of Tirthas should then go to Rajagriha. On touching the warm water there, one becomes the equal of Kakshivat and finds delight. On partaking from the daily offerings made to the Yakshini there, a man becomes pure. Through the grace of the Yakshini, one is freed from the sin of killing an embryo. Going to Maninaga, one obtains the fruits of 1,000 cows. If one partakes from the daily offerings made to Maninaga and stays there for 1 night, one is freed from all sins and terrible serpent's venom does not cause harm. O king, then one should go to Brahmarshi Gautama's forest, bathing in Ahalya's lake. Should I read the footnotes, by the way? If you want me to, I will. I'm not too sure.
I think that it's, if you're in the mood and you feel like it, because it's a kind of a list anyway, so it's not like dramatic, it doesn't break a story, if you see what I mean. So yeah. I don't know if do you feel that it's relevant? Do we need to have any?
Yes, yes, please read the footnotes.
Okay, yeah,
Okay.
there you go. Footnotes.
Thank you.
Okay, cool. See, I don't know if it is, but all right, I'll do it. So,
Excuse.
okay. Then one should go to Brahmarshi Gautama's forest, bathing in Ahalya's lake. Footnote. Ahalya was the sage Gautama's wife, and Indra used deceit to seduce her. End of footnote. Bathing in Ahalya's lake, one goes to the supreme objective. O king, on going to Shri, footnote, Shri means Lakshmi, yes, the goddess of wealth. It also means beauty, in addition to prosperity. Shri can refer to the place as well as a person. Since Ahalya was beautiful, the text probably means Ahalya. On going to Shri, one obtains supreme prosperity. O one learned in Dharma, there is a spring there, renowned in the three worlds. Performing one's ablutions there, one obtains a horse sacrifice. There is also Rajarshi Janaka's well, worshipped by the 30 gods. A couple of footnotes here. Rajarshi, a royal sage, that is a king who has attained the characteristics of a rishi. Oh, even that was clearing up for me. And another footnote for worshipped by the 30 gods. Originally, the gods were believed, I think we know this, to be 30 or 33 in number. Okay, end of footnote. On performing one's ablutions there, one attains Vishnu's world. One should then go to Vinashan, which frees from all sins. Footnote, Vinashan is the place where the Sarasvati river disappears into the desert. End of footnote. One obtains the fruits of a horse sacrifice and goes to the world of the moon. On going to Gandaki, footnote, is a river in Nepal that eventually becomes part of the Ganga. End of footnote. On going there, created from the water of all the tirthas, one obtains a horse sacrifice and goes to the world of the sun. O one learned in Dharma, one should then go to the hermitage Adivamsha. O great king, there is no doubt that one finds delight among the Guhyakas. Footnote, Guhyakas are demigods similar to the Yakshas, companions of Kubera. End of footnote. Going on to the river Kampana, frequented by the Siddhas, one obtains a Pundarika sacrifice and goes to the world of the sun. Then, going to the river Vishala, renowned in the three worlds, one obtains Agnishtoma and goes to the world of heaven. O Lord of men, on going to the rivulet Maheshvari, one attains a horse sacrifice and rescues one's lineage. On going to the celestial pond, a pure man never confronts difficulties and attains a horse sacrifice. Celibate and controlled, one should then go to Maheshvarapad. On bathing in Maheshvarapad, one obtains the fruits of a horse sacrifice. O bull among the Bharata lineage, O Indra among kings, there are 1 crore famous tirthas there, and these were carried away by an evil-souled demon in the form of a tortoise. O king, while they were being carried away, Vishnu recovered them through Vishnu's powers. O Yudhisthira, on performing ablutions at the 1 crore tirthas, one obtains a Pundarika sacrifice and goes to Vishnu's world. As on performing ablutions at the 1 crore tirthas, one obtains a Pundarika sacrifice and goes to Vishnu's world. O Indra among kings, one should then go to Narayana's region. O descendant of the Bharata lineage, Hari always dwells near that place. Vishnu, the performer of extraordinary deeds, is famous by the name of Shalagram there. Footnote, Shalagrama is a sacred stone that is Vishnu's personification. According to legend, Vishnu promised that he would be present as this stone in the Gandaki river. The Gandaki river is therefore famous for its Shalagrama stones. End of footnote. On going to Vishnu without decay, the granter of boons and the lord of the 3 worlds, one obtain, so that's describing Vishnu. On going to Vishnu without decay, the granter of boons, and the lord of the three worlds, one obtains a horse sacrifice and goes to Vishnu's world. O one learned in Dharma, there is a well there that frees, I guess that means frees one from all sins. The four oceans are always present in this well. O Indra among kings, by touching the water there, one never confronts any difficulties. On going to Mahadeva, footnote, literally Mahadeva means the great god. Mahadeva is usually used for Shiva, but here it is being used for Vishnu. End the footnote. On going to Mahadeva, Vishnu without decay and the granter of boons, one shines like the moon and is freed from all one's debts. If one touches the water in Jatismara, pure and controlled in mind, there is no doubt that one can recall one's past lives by bathing there. Going to Vateshvarapura, and fasting and worshipping Keshava, there is no doubt that one satisfies all one's wishes and desires. Thereafter, on going to Vaman, one is freed from all sins. On worshipping the god Hari, one never confronts any difficulties. Then one should go to Bharata's hermitage, which frees from all sins. Yeah, it just says which frees from all sins. There, a man should go to the Koshiki, footnote. Koshiki is a river, and a footnote. Go there, the destroyer of great sins, and obtain the fruits of a royal sacrifice. O one learned in Dharma, then one should go to the supreme forest of Champaka. Spending a night there, one obtains the fruits of 1,000 cows. Then one should go to the supremely revered Tirtha of Jeshtila. Fasting and spending a night there, one obtains the fruits of Agnishtoma. O bull among men, on seeing the immensely radiant Lord of the universe there, footnote. This could mean either Shiva or Vishnu, end of footnote. Together with the goddess, one attains the world of Mitra and Varuna. O bull among the Bharata lineage, on going to Kanya Samveda, controlled and restrained in diet, one goes to the world of Prajapati Manu. O descendant of the Bharata lineage, whatever drink or food is offered at Kanya becomes inexhaustible. This is what sages, rigid in their vows, have said. On going to Nishchira, footnote, is a river, end of footnote. Nishchira, renowned in the three worlds, one attains a horse sacrifice and goes to Vishnu's world. O tiger among men, there is no doubt that men who donate at the confluence of Nishchira go to Brahma's world. Vasishta's hermitage, renowned in the three worlds, is there. On performing ablutions there, one attains a horse sacrifice. On going to Devakuta, frequented by masses of Brahma rishis, one attains a horse sacrifice and rescues one's lineage. O Indra among kings, then one should go to the lake of the sage Koshika. In ancient times, Koshika's son Vishvamitra obtained success there. O bull among the Bharata lineage, on staying for a month at brave Koshika's place, one obtains within a month the merits of a horse sacrifice. He who dwells in that great lake, supreme among all the tirthas, never confronts any difficulty and obtains a lot of gold. On going to Kumara, footnote, it means Kartikeya, end of footnote. On going to Kumara, who dwells in Virashrama, there is no doubt that a man obtains a horse sacrifice. On going to Agnitara, renowned in the three worlds, and bathing there, one obtains Agnishtoma and does not return from heaven. On going to the grandfather's lake, that's Brahma, established in the king of the mountains, footnote, probably meaning the Himalayas, and the footnote, and performing one's ablutions there, one obtains the fruits of Agnishtoma. From the grandfather's lake issues the stream of Kumaradhara, renowned in the three worlds and the purifier of the world. On bathing there, one knows in one's own mind that one has become successful. If one eats once in 3 days there, one is freed from the sin of killing a Brahmana. The peak of the great goddess Gauri is famous in the three worlds. A devoted man should climb, and touching the waters of Stanakunda and worshipping the ancestors and the gods, obtain a horse sacrifice and go to Shakra's world. Stanakunda in the footnote is the name of a lake near the peak. Celibate and controlled, one goes to Tamraruna and obtaining a horse sacrifice goes to Shakra's world. It's Indra. One goes to the well named Nandini, frequented by the 30 gods. O extender of the Kuru lineage, one then obtains the fruits of a human sacrifice. Really hell. On bathing in Kalika, the confluence of the Kaushiki and the Aruna, and fasting for 3 nights, a learned one is freed from all sins. Going to Urvashi, Tirtha, and the hermitage of the moon, and bathing in the hermitage of Kumbhakarna, wise man is worshipped by the earth. Bathing in the sacred Kokamukha, celibate and careful in vows, it has been seen in the ancient accounts that one can recall one's earlier births. A Brahmana who has gone to Nanda becomes successful and accomplished in his soul. He is cleansed of all sins, becomes pure of soul, and goes to Shakra's world. And going to the island Rishabha, worthy of a visit and inhabited by curlews, and touching the waters of the Sarasvati, one becomes resplendent in a celestial vehicle. O great king, O Dalaka Tirtha, funny one, is frequented by the sages. On performing one's ablutions there, one is freed from all sins. On going to the sacred Dharmatirtha, frequented by Brahmarishis, there is no doubt that a man obtains a horse sacrifice. On going to Champa and touching the waters of the Bhagirathi, and on going to Dandarka, one obtains the fruits of 1,000 cows. On going to the sacred Lavedika, frequented by holy ones, one obtains a horse sacrifice and is worshipped in a celestial vehicle. 380. Pulasya said, on going to the supreme Tirtha of Samvedya in the evening, and touching the water there is no doubt that a man obtains knowledge. O king, then going to Lohitya, the Tirtha created through Rama's favor in ancient times, one obtains a lot of gold. Footnote, Lohitya is the name of the Brahmaputra river, and the name is also used to refer to the kingdom around the river. The Rama in question is Parashuram, who is believed to have visited the area and set up a tirtha there. End of footnote. On going to Karatoya and fasting there for 3 nights, following the rites laid down by the grandfather, a man obtains a horse sacrifice. Footnote for Karatoya. The Karatoya River is now in Bangladesh, in the Rajshahi division. The river is believed to have been formed at the time of Shiva and Parvati's marriage, when water, toya, was poured on Shiva's hands, kara. End of footnote. And the grandfather is Brahma. O Indra among kings, on going to the confluence of the Ganga with the ocean, the learned have said that one obtains 10 times a horse sacrifice. O descendant of the Bharata lineage, O king, if one goes to the island that is on the other bank of the Ganga, bathing and fasting there for 3 nights, all one's desires are satisfied. Footnote there. This is the island on the other bank of the Ganga, which is a reference to Sagar Island, also known as Ganga Sagar in West Bengal. End of footnote. Then one should go to the river Vaitarani, the cleanser of all sins. Footnote for Vaitarani is in Orissa. Viraja is Jajpur in Cuttack district. Going to the Tirtha known as Viraja, one shines like the moon. Sanctifying one's own lineage, one is cleansed of all sins. A man makes his own lineage pure and obtains the fruits of 10,000 cows. Footnote, that is, donating 10,000 cows. End footnote. On dwelling at the confluence of the Shona and the Jyotirati, pure and restrained, and worshipping the ancestors and the gods, one obtains the fruits of Agnishtoma. O descendant of the Kuru lineage, on touching the water at Vamshagulma, the source of the Shona and the Narmada, one obtains the fruits of a horse sacrifice. Footnote for Narmada. Both the Shona, Sona or Son, and Narmada originate in Madhya Pradesh. The Narmada originates in Armakantak. End of footnote. O Lord of men, on going to Rishabha Tirtha in Kosala and fasting there for 3 nights, a man obtains a horse sacrifice. On going to Kosala and touching the waters at Kala Tirtha, there is no doubt that one obtains the fruits of 11 bulls, the donating of 11 bulls. Performing ablutions in Pushpavati and fasting for 3 nights, man obtains the fruits of 1,000 cows and also rescues his lineage. Then, bathing in Badarika Tirtha, controlled in mind, one obtains a long life and goes to the world of heaven. Footnote for Badarika Tirtha. Badarika or Badarikashram is in Haridwar. End of footnote. Then, going to Mahendra, frequented by Jamadagni's son, and bathing at Ramatirtha, a man obtains the fruits of a horse sacrifice. Ramatirtha footnote. Jamadagni's son is Parashuram, and Parashuram's Tirtha in Mahendra, or Mahendra Parvat, is near Chitlun, in the Ratnagiri district of Maharashtra. Mahendra Parvat is also known as the Southern Kailash. End of footnote. O descendant of the Kuru lineage, O king, going to Matanga's Kedara and bathing there, a man obtains the fruits of 1,000 cows. Kedara, Matanga's Kedara footnote. Matanga was a sage. This Kedara might be the Mallikarjun Jyotirlinga in Andhra Pradesh. End of footnote. On going to Mount Shri and touching the water on the banks of the river, one obtains a horse sacrifice and goes to the world of heaven. Mount Shri, footnote. Sanchi was once known as Shri, or Shri Parvata, though this might not be the Mount Shri of the text. End of footnote. The immensely radiant Mahadeva dwells in great delight on Mount Shri with the goddess, together with Brahma and the 30 gods. On bathing at the lake of the gods there, pure and restrained in mind, one obtains a horse sacrifice and goes to supreme success. On going to Mount Rishabha in Pandya, footnote there, the Pandya kingdom in today's Tamil Nadu. On going to Mount Rishabha in Pandya, worshipped by the gods, one obtains a horse sacrifice and finds delight in the vault of the sky, meaning heaven. One should then go to Kaveri. The river Kaveri flows through Karnataka and Tamil Nadu, frequented by masses of apsaras. O king, on bathing there, a man obtains the fruits of 1,000 cows. Then one should bathe in Kanyatirtha, on the shores of the ocean. Kanyatirtha, Kanyakumari in Tamil Nadu, that's what that is. O Indra among kings, on bathing there, one is freed from all sins. Then one should go to Gokarna. Footnote, Gokarna is one of the shores of the ocean in Karnataka and houses a famous temple to Shiva. End of footnote. Renowned in the three worlds. So one should go there, and it's renowned in the three worlds. O Indra among kings, it is in the middle of the ocean and is worshipped by all the worlds. Brahma, the gods, the rishis, the ascetics, the Buddhas, the yakshas, the pishachas, the kinnaras, the great nagas, the siddhas, the charanas, the gandharvas, humans, the panagas, rivers, oceans, and mountains worship Uma's consort there, as Shiva. On worshipping Ishana there and fasting for 3 nights, a man obtains a horse sacrifice and attains the status of a Ganapati. A man who lives there for 12 nights becomes pure of soul. Then one should go to the region of Gayatri, famous in the 3 worlds. Footnote, Gayatri is a famous mantra from the Vedas, also personified as a goddess. There is no identifiable region known as Gayatri. However, there is the Gayatri River. And the footnote. After staying there for 3 nights, one obtains the fruits of 1,000 cows. O Lord of men, for Brahmanas, something special can be witnessed there. O King, when one born of mixed Varna recites the Gayatri there, it becomes metrical and musical. Footnote. The Gayatri mantra is metrical and musical, but only pure Brahmanas know how to recite it properly. There are inferior Brahmanas born of mixed parentage, and their recitals will not be metrical and musical, except in the region known as Gayatri. And the footnote. On going to the pond of the Brahmana Rishi Samvarta, difficult of access, one obtains personal beauty and great fortune. On going to Venna, footnote, Venna or Vena is a tributary of the Godavari, end of footnote, and worshipping the ancestors and the gods, a man obtains a celestial chariot drawn by peacocks and swans. Then one goes to Godavari, always frequented by the Siddhas, obtaining a cow sacrifice and attaining Vasuki's world. That's then one, yeah. On bathing at the confluence of Venna, one obtains the fruits of a horse sacrifice. On bathing at the confluence of Varada, which is the footnote, the Varada river flows through Karnataka and joins the Tungabhadra, and the footnote. On bathing at the confluence of Varada, one obtains the fruits of 1,000 cows. On going to Brahma's region and dwelling there for 3 nights, a man obtains the fruits of 1,000 cows and goes to the world of heaven. On going to Kushaplavana, celibate and controlled in mind, and bathing and living there for 3 nights, one obtains the fruits of a horse sacrifice. Then one should go to the beautiful lake of the gods, the source of the waters of the Krishna and the Vena. The footnote, the Krishna river originates in Mahabaleshwar, in Maharashtra, and so does the Venna. The rivers Koyna and Gayatri also originate there. The lake of the gods is Venna Lake. End of footnote. Coming up, I'm on page 48. I'll go to the bottom. O king, O descendant of the Bharata lineage, bathing in the lake known as Jatimatra and in the hermitage of the maiden, where the king of the gods performed 100 sacrifices and went to heaven, one obtains 100 Agnishtamas from the act of merely going there. On bathing at the lake of all the gods, one obtains the fruits of 1,000 cows. On bathing in the lake known as Jatimatra, a man can recollect his earlier lives. Then one should go to the immensely pure Payoshni, supreme among rivers. Footnote for that, the Payoshni is either the Purna or the Tapti. End of footnote. Worshipping the ancestors and the gods, one will obtain the fruits of 1,000 cows. O great king, O descendant of the Bharata lineage, on going to the Dandaka forest and touching the waters there, one obtains the fruits of 1,000 cows as soon as one has bathed there. On going to the hermitage of Shadabhanga and the great souled Shukra, a man never confronts any difficulty and rescues his lineage. On going to Shuparaka, frequented by Jamadagni's son, and bathing in Rama's Tirtha, a man obtains a lot of gold. Footnote. Yes, Shuparaka is a region, a kingdom near the origins of the Narmada. That is what is the southern part of Gujarat now. Shuparaka was founded by Parashuram, Jamadagni's son. End of footnote. One on bathing in Sapta Godavari, restrained and controlled in diet, one obtains great merits and goes to the world of the gods. Footnote for Sapta Godavari. Sapta Godavari is in the east Godavari region of Andhra Pradesh in Draksharam. This is a corruption of Daksha Ashram. End of footnote. Restrained and controlled in diet, one treads the path of the gods, and a man thus obtains the merits of a divine sacrifice. One goes to the Tungaka forest, celibate and in control of one's senses. In ancient times, the Rishi Sarasvata had taught the Vedas there. The Vedas were lost. O descendant of the Bharata lineage, seated on the upper garments of the Maharishis, the son of the sage Angiras taught them and pronounced the syllables of Om accurately and as they should be uttered. Footnote, Sarasvata was the son of Angiras. The sages had respectfully spread out their upper garments for him to sit on. End of footnote. That's the very bottom of page 48, I think. That's me. Someone else can carry on, I think. That was the plan.
How does it continue? I don't mind if somebody else wants to read. I'm really enjoying today just listening.
We're on page 4. We're now starting page 49. It goes like this until page 54. So it's 5-6 more pages of this kind of.
Does anybody amongst everybody else want to read a bit now? Does
Who
was that?
Can you hear me? Roger.
Yeah.
He's right here, so he'll take over. You're going to start with that immediately. Everything.
Fantastic, good, because I'm quite enjoying just listening at the moment. I don't need to read at all. I'm just hearing it roll over me. So great.
The beginning of page 49.
Thank you. That was brilliant.
Yeah, the first 2 words of the bottom of the page there, and then.
Hariom.
Hariom.
It's good to see you.
Immediately.
Is Tarini going to follow you? Is she up for it?
Yeah.
I love that. Yeah. Followed by a nice sweet giggle. Okay, please continue.
Immediately everything that had been learnt before returned to memory. The rishis, the gods Varuna, Agni, Prapati, the god Harinarayana, Mahadev, and the illustrious grandfather, together with the immensely radiant other gods, appointed the immensely radiant Brigu as a priest for their sacrifice there. In accordance with the prescribed rites, and in accordance with the prescribed rituals, and for the sake of the sages, the Lord, Brigu, once again invoked and worshipped the fire. Satisfied with their shares, the gods left the three worlds, and the sages went where they wished. O best of kings, when one enters Tungaka, whether one is a man or a woman, all one's sins are destroyed. O king, if a wise one dwells there for a month, controlled and restrained in diet, one goes to Brahma's world and saves one's lineage. On going to Medhavika and satisfying the ancestors of the god and the gods, one obtains Agnishtoma and memory and intellect. There is the peak named Kalanjara, renowned in the world. Footnote, in the Bundelkhand region in Banda district of Uttar Pradesh. On bathing in the lake of the gods there, one obtains the fruits of 1,000 cows. O king, there is no doubt that a man who purifies his soul in Mount Kalanjara obtains greatness in the world of heaven. O Lord of the earth, then one goes to Mandakini, the cleanser of all sins, in Chitrakoot, best among the supreme of mountains. Footnote. Chitrakoot is partly in Madhya Pradesh and partly in Uttar Pradesh. The Mandakini joins the Alakananda in Rudraprayag. And a footnote. On performing one's ablutions there and worshipping the ancestors and the gods, one obtains a horse sacrifice and goes to the supreme objective. O Indra among kings, then one should go to the supreme region of Bhartri. O king, the god Mahasena, Skanda or Kartikeya, is always established there. A man who bathes in Kotitirtha obtains the fruit of 1,000 cows. After circumambulating it, one should go to Jeshtashtana. On going to Mahadev, one becomes as resplendent as the moon. O great king, O bull among the Bharata lineage, O Yudhishthira. There is a famous well there, and the four oceans reside in it. O Indra among kings, on touching the waters there and circumambulating it, pure and controlled in soul, a man goes to the supreme objective. O best of among the Kuru lineage, then one should go to the great Shringaverapur. O great king, in ancient times, Rama, Dasharatha's son, crossed there. Footnote, Shringaverapur is near Allahabad and was the capital of the Nishada kingdom. Ram, Lakshman, and Sita crossed the Ganga there. And a footnote. A man who bathes in the Ganga there, celibate and controlled, is washed of all sin and attains a horse sacrifice. O Lord of men, on going to Mahadev and worshipping and circumambulating him, one attains the status of Ganapati. O Indra among kings, one should then go to Prayag, praised by the rishis. There dwell Brahma and the other gods, the directions and the lords of the directions, the lords of the worlds, the Sadyas, the Nairitas, the demigods, the ancestors, the supreme rishis, with Sanat Kumar at their head, the other Brahma rishis led by Angiras, the Nagas, the Suparnas, the Siddhas, the Chakracharas, the rivers, the oceans, the Gandharvas, the Apsaras, and the illustrious Hari, worshipped by Prajapati. There are 3 pits of fire, and through their middle, Jannavi, Ganga, worshipped among all the tirthas, flows out of Prayag. The goddess, who is Tapana's daughter, is famous in the Sri world. That's the Jamuna, Tapana being the sun. The Jamuna flows with the Ganga, the purifier of the world. The region between the Ganga and the Jamuna is known as the loins of the earth. The learned sages know that Prayag is the supreme spot in these loins. Prayag, Pratishtana, Kambala, Ashvatara, and the Tirtha of Bhogavati are known as Prajapati's altars. O Yudhishthira, the Vedas and sacrifices become personified there. Rishis rich in austerities worship Prajapati there. O king, the gods and chakracharas worship him with sacrifices. O descendant of the Bharata lineage, there is no other place as sacred as this. O Lord, Prayag's power is greater than that all of the tirthas. Even if a man hears of this tirtha or chants his name or obtains a bit of its clay, he is freed from sins. He who performs his ablutions at the confluence, strict in his vows, obtains the sacred fruits of royal and horse sacrifices. This sacrificial ground is worshipped even by the gods. O descendant of the Bharata lineage, even if a little bit is given there, it becomes great. O son, let not the words of the Vedas or the sayings of the world dissuade you from your intention of dying in Prayag. O descendant of the Kuru lineage, it is said that there are 60 crore and 10,000 tirthas there. From merely bathing at the confluence of the Ganga and the Jamuna, one obtains all the merits of a truthful person learned in the 4 Vedas. Vasuki's supreme tirtha named Bhogavati is there. Footnote, Vasuki is the king of the Nagas and Bhogavati is his capital. And a footnote. On performing ablutions there, one obtains a horse sacrifice. O descendant of the Kuru lineage, on the Ganga there is the tirtha known as Amsha Prapatana, literally the flight Prapatana of the swans. And a footnote. Famous in the 3 worlds and Dasha Shwamedika, literally where 10 Dasha horse sacrifices Ashwamedha have been held. O great king, the region where the Ganga is fit for hermitages. The region along the banks of the Ganga is a place where success can be obtained. This truth should only be recited into the ears of Brahmanas, righteous ones, one's son, well-wishers, disciples, and dependents. This brings dharma. This brings sanctity. This brings purity. This brings happiness. This brings heaven. This brings beauty. This brings supreme purification. This is the secret of the Maharishis. This is the cleanser of all sins. By learning this among Brahmanas, one is freed from all blemishes. He who hears about the eternal sanctity of the tirthas will always be pure. He will be able to remember his earlier births and will find delight in the vault of the sky, heaven. Some of the tirthas recounted are easy of access, others difficult of access. But if one wishes to visit all the tirthas, one should go to the latter in one's mind. In a desire to perform good deeds, the Vasus, the Sadhyas, the Adityas, the Maruts, the Ashvins, and the Rishis, who are equal to the gods, have gone there. O Kauravya, good in vows and controlled and according to the precepts, you must also go to the sacred tirthas and increase your merits.
Is it me or does Braj keep cutting out?
I don't know.
Anybody else? Is it me or does anybody else find Braj?
I'm not having a problem. It's okay with me.
Yeah.
The response.
Yeah, nothing for me.
Must be you, Dina.
It's yeah.
Everyone-
Okay.
All right.
Keep us track.
Carry on, oh boy.
Yeah,
Oh,
thanks, Raj.
yeah.
Sorry.
No worries. O Koravya, good in vows and controlled, and according to the precepts, you must also go to the sacred tirthas and increase your merits. Those who are learned, those who are honest, and those who have insight are able to reach these tirthas because of their virtue, their purity, their belief, and their learning of the sacred texts. One who does not observe vows, one who has not cleansed his soul, one who is not pure, or one who is a thief, cannot bathe in these tirthas. O Koravya, nor can a man whose mind is crooked. You have always been good in conduct. You have always had insight on Dharma and Artha. O son, you have saved your fathers and all your ancestors. O king, the gods, with Brahma leading them, together with the masses of rishis, have always been satisfied by your Dharma and your knowledge of Dharma. You are equal to Vasava, that is one of Indra's names. You will attain the world of the Vasus. O Bhishma, your deeds will be great and you will obtain eternal fame on earth. Narada said, having spoken these words and taking his leave, the illustrious Rishi Pulatsya, pleased and in a delighted frame of mind, immediately disappeared. Bhishma, tiger among the Kuru lineage and with insight about the import of the sacred text, traveled throughout the earth on Pulatsya's words. He who travels throughout the earth according to these instructions, after his death, obtains the fruits of 100 horse sacrifices. O Partha, according to Supreme Dharma, you will obtain 8 times those merits. Because you will lead the rishis there, your fruits will be 8 times. O descendant of the Bharata lineage, those tirthas are infested by masses of rakshasas. O descendant of the Kuru lineage, no one except you can go there. He who awakes in the morning and recites this account of all the tirthas, as told by the Devarshi, is freed from all sins. The foremost among the rishis, Valmiki, Kashyapa, Atreya, Kondiya, Vishwamitra, Gautama, Ashita Devala, Markandeya, Galava, Bharadwaj, Vashishta, the sage Udalaka, Shonaka and his son, Vyasa, who is supreme among those who meditate, Durvasha, who is the best of sages, and the great ascetic Galava. The text of the critical edition mentions Galava twice, whereas other versions have Jabali in place of the second mention of Galava. And a footnote. All these supreme rishis, rich in austerities, are waiting for you. O great king, go and visit the tirthas and meet them. The immensely radiant Devarshi named Lomasha will come to you and you must travel with him. O one learned in Dharma, you can go to the tirthas with me too. You will obtain great fame, as did King Mahabhisha. Footnote, the Mahabhisha story has been told in section 1. He was reborn as Shantanu. And a footnote. O tiger among the Kuru lineage, like Yayati, who had Dharma in his soul, and like King Pururava, you will also blaze with your Dharma. Like King Bhagirath, and like the famous Rama, you will also shine among all the kings, like the one with the rays, the sun. Like Manu, like Ikshvaku, like the immensely famous Puru, and like the immensely energetic Vanya, you will also be famous. Just as in earlier times, the slayer of Vritra, Indra, burned down all his enemies, you will destroy your enemies and protect your subjects. O lotus-eyed one, having obtained the earth conquered with your dharma, you will obtain fame with your dharma, like Kartaviryarjuna. Vaishampayana said, having thus reassured the king, the illustrious Rishi Narada took his leave of the great souled one and instantly disappeared. Yudhishthira, with dharma in his soul, reflected on this and recounted to the rishis the eternal merits that derive from going to the tirthas. 381. Vaishampayana said, having ascertained the thoughts of his brothers and those of the wise Narada, King Yudhishthir then spoke to Domya, who was like the grandfather himself. I have sent into exile Jishnu, tiger among men, and for whom truth is his valor, the mighty armed one whose soul is unlimited for the sake of weapons. O one rich in austerities, that brave one is devoted and capable. He is skilled in the use of weapons and is like the Lord Vasudeva himself. O Brahmana, I know those two brave Krishnas, that is Arjuna and Krishna, the slayers of enemies, just as the powerful Vyasa knows Pundarikaksha, Vasudeva, and Dhananjaya of the Sri Yugas. Okay. Narada also knows this and has spoken to me about this. I know them to be sages, the sages Nara and Narayan. Therefore, knowing that he was capable, I sent Arjuna to set his eyes on the king of the gods and obtain weapons from him. He is capable, he is the son of a god, and he is not inferior to Indra. That is the reason he was exiled. Bhishma and Drona are Atiratas. Footnote, an unrivaled warrior whose valor is unlimited, greater than Mahabharata. And Kripa and Drona's son are invincible. That is Ashwatthama. These immensely strong ones have been engaged by Dhritarashtra's son for the war. They are all knowledgeable in the Vedas. They are valiant, and they are all skilled in the use of weapons. Then there is also Karna, the Maharata, who is the son of Asuta and has the knowledge of divine weapons. That immensely strong one has always wanted to fight with Partha. He has the speed of a horse and the strength of the wind. His arrows roar from a flaming base. The dust is like the smoke. 332. Oh, the dust of battle is like the smoke. Unleashed by the wind of Dhritarashtra's son, his weapons scorch. He has been unleashed like the flames of destruction at the end of a yuga, released by time. There is no doubt that he will scorch my soldiers like dried grass. There is the wind raised by Krishna, with a great cloud of divine weapons, and with his white steeds like cranes. The blazing Gandiva is like Indra's weapon. Only a shower of those arrows, unfurled from Arjuna's cloud, can pacify in battle Karna's blazing flames. Bibhatsu, the destroyer of enemy cities, will certainly obtain from Shakra himself all the divine weapons and their knowledge. I keep thinking that he is equal to all of them. No one can act against him in battle, nor will the enemies be able to react. All of us Pandavas will see Dhananjaya with the weapons that he has obtained. Bibhatsu has never been seen to be dragged down under the weight of something he has undertaken. O supreme among those who have 2 feet. But in this Kamyaka forest, in that warrior's absence, and with Krishna with us, we will never find peace of mind. Therefore, tell us of another forest that is sacred and lovely and has a lot of food and fruit, frequented by the performers of virtuous deeds. We should be able to spend some time there and wait for the brave Arjuna, for whom truth is his valor, to return, just as those desirous of rain wait for the clouds. Tell us about the different hermitages that have been listed by Brahmanas, about lakes and rivers and beautiful mountains. O Brahmana, bereft of Arjuna, residence in this Kamyaka forest no longer seems attractive to us. Let us go in some other direction. 382. Vaishampayana said, on seeing all the Pandavas anxious and miserable in their minds, Domya, who was like Brihaspati himself, reassured them and said, O bull among the Bharata lineage, O king, let me mention sacred hermitages, directions, tirthas, and mountains approved of by Brahmanas. Listen as I speak, O king. O Yudhishthira, As I remember it, I will first describe to you the beautiful eastern direction, frequented by masses of Rajarshis. O descendant of the Bharata lineage, in that region there is a place named Naimisha, desired by the Devarshis. They are sacred tirthas holy to separate gods. The beautiful and holy Gomati flows there, frequented by Devarshis. There is the sacrificial ground of the gods, and Vivashvat's sacrificial site is here. Sacred Gaya, supreme among mountains and worshipped by Rajarshis, is there. There is Brahma's sacred lake frequented by rishis and the Surti gods. O tiger among men, it is for this reason that the ancient ones have declared that if one desires many sons, one should go to Gaya alone. O unblemished one, Mahanadi is there and also Gayashira. There is also a banyan tree celebrated by the Brahmanas as Akshaya Karana. Footnote, literally the cause, Karana, of what which never decays, Akshaya. O Lord, the food that is given to the ancestors there becomes inexhaustible. A great river named Phalgu flows there, and its waters are sacred. O bull among the Bharata lineage, there is also Kaushiki, with many roots and fruits. Vishwamitra, rich in austerities, became a Brahmana there. The sacred river Ganga is there. O son, Bhagirath performed many sacrifices on its banks and gave away a lot of gifts. O Kauravya, it is said that there is Utpala in Panchala. Kaushika, Vishwamitra, performed a sacrifice there with Shakra. On witnessing Vishwamitra's superhuman powers, Jamadagni's illustrious son recounted his lineage there. In Kanyakubja, Kanauj in Uttar Pradesh, Kaushika drank Soma with Indra and withdrawing himself from the Kshatriya class, announced that he was a Brahmana. O brave one, there is the confluence of the Ganga and the Jamuna, renowned in the world. It is pure and sacred, supreme among purifying places, and it is visited by the sages. In earlier times, the grandfather, the soul of all beings, performed a sacrifice there. O supreme among the Bharata lineage, that is the reason it has become famous as Prayag. O Indra among kings, O king, there is Agastya's supreme and great hermitage. There is the peak named Iranyabindu on Kalanjara. O king, there is another mountain that is more pure and sacred than all other mountains. O Kauravya, this is the great soul Bhargava's Mahendra. Bhargava Parashuram. O Konteya, O Yudhishthir, in earlier times the grandfather performed a sacrifice there, and the sacred Bhagirathi was where the officiating priests were seated. O Lord of the earth, the sacred and famous Brahmashala, the name of a river, is there. Its mere sight is pure, and its banks are crowded by those whose sins have been cleansed. There is also the pure, auspicious, eternal, supreme, and great hermitage of the great soul Matanga, famous in the world by the name of Kedar. The beautiful Kundoda mountain has roots, fruits, and water. The thirsty Nishada, Nala, found water and shelter there. There is the beautiful grove of the gods there, adorned with ascetics. There are the rivers Bahuda and Nanda, and on the peak of the mountain. O great king, I have recounted for you tirthas, rivers, mountain, and sacred spots that are in the eastern direction. Now hear from me about sacred tirthas, rivers, and mountains in the other three directions.
We've got 20 minutes and we've still got Irene, Dina, and Mark.
Okay.
While we're on, just
So Tarni will
keep an
take
eye
over
on
from
time.
here.
Okay, so much am I reading?
Supposedly 8 pages. But
Maybe I'll do 4.
okay.
Well, then everybody will get a go.
Yeah. Hi. So I think I will do 4 pages, and then that way somebody else can take over before we run out of time. Is that okay?
I think whatever you feel, it's so lovely to see you here, Amy. So lovely.
Lovely to see you too. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, well, take us away. Take us away for this next chapter to wherever you're going to go.
Yeah. 383.
Portion.
383.
That's right, you see.
Dhaumya said, O descendant of the Bharata lineage, now listen to the sacred tirthas in the southern direction. O descendant of the Bharata lineage, I will recount them in detail to the best of my intelligence. In this direction is the sacred and auspicious river Godavari. It is pure, has many places to rest, and has a lot of water and is frequented by ascetics. There are the rivers Venna and Bhimarathi, both capable of destroying the fear of sin. They are full of animals and birds and are adorned with the habitations of ascetics. O bull among the Bharata lineage, there is the river of Rajashri Nriga, Lord of the earth. This is the Payoshni with beautiful tirthas and a lot of water, frequented by Brahmanas. The immensely ascetic and great yogi Markandeya sang the praises of Nriga's lineage here. We have heard that this really happened when Nriga performed a sacrifice. Indra became drunk with Soma and Brahmanas with their gifts. O best of the Bharata lineage, on Mount Varuna Shrotasa, there is the sacred and pure forest of Mathura, with many roots and fruits. This has a sacrificial stake. It is said that to the north of Praveni there is Kanva's sacred hermitage, and there are many forests inhabited by ascetics. O son, O descendant of the Bharata lineage, 2 sacrificial altars of the great souled Jamadangi are in Shurparka, Pashana Tirtha, and Purashchandra. O Konteya, in Martya there is Ashoka Tirtha with many hermitages. O Yudhishthira, in Pandya there are the Tirthas known as Agastya and Varuna. O bull among men, in Pandya there is the sacred one known as Kumari. O Kunteya, listen as I now recount Tamraparni. The gods underwent austerities there, in a desire to attain greatness. O descendant of the Bharata lineage, Gokarna is famous in 3 worlds. O son, there is a lot of water there, and the water is cool. It is sacred and auspicious. The lake is extremely difficult to access for men who have not purified their souls. Near that is the sacred hermitage of Agastya's disciple on Mount Devasabha. It is full of fruits and roots and is known as Trina Somangi. There is Mount Vaidurya, auspicious and beautiful and full of many gems. Agastya's hermitage is there, with a lot of roots, fruits, and water. O Lord of men, I will now describe the sacred spots, hermitages, rivers, mountains, and lakes in Surashtra. O Yudhishthira, the Brahmanas speak of Chamasonmaja. Let's try this again. Chamasonmajjana. There, and of Prabhas Tirtha on the sea, belonging to the 30 gods. There is the auspicious Pindaraka, visited by the ascetics, and the great Mount Ujjayanta, which brings swift success. O Yudhishthira, Narad, foremost among Devarishis, has recited an ancient sloka about this. Listen, he who torments his body with austerities in Ujjayanta, on auspicious Mount Surashtra, frequented by animals and birds, attains greatness in the vault of the sky. Vault of the sky is the heaven, and the footnote. The sacred Dvaravati is there. The ancient god Madhusudana, who is the eternal Dharma, dwells there in person. The Brahmanas who are knowledgeable in the Vedas and those who are learned about the nature of the soul say that the great souled Krishna is the eternal Dharma. It is said that Govinda is supremely pure among all purifiers, most sacred among all things sacred, and most auspicious among all things auspicious. Pundarikaksha, the eternal God of the gods in the three worlds, Hari, whose soul cannot be contemplated, and Madhusudana dwells there. Footnote. All of these are Vishnu's names. End of footnote. 384. Dhaumya said, I will now recount for you the sacred and purifying places that lie to the west in Avanti. O descendant of the Bharata lineage, there is the sacred river Narmada that flows in a western direction. It has Priyangas. Footnote. Creeper believed to blossom at a woman's touch. End of footnote. And groves of mangoes and groves of cane. The sage Vishrava's holy and famous habitation is there. The Lord of Riches, Kubera, who has a man as a mount, was born there. Footnote. Kubera is the sage Vishrava's son. His more common mount, Vahana, is a mongoose, but he is also shown with a horse or a man as his mount. End of footnote. There is a sacred and auspicious peak there by the name of Vaidurya Shikhara. It abounds in green trees, and there are divine flowers and fruit. O king, on the top of the peak there is the lake of a sage, with blooming lotuses and frequented by gods and Gandharvas. O great king, many wonders are to be seen on that mountain. That sacred and celestial place is always like heaven itself and is frequented by the Devarshis. O destroyer of enemy cities, the Rajashri Vishwamitra's river is there, and that sacred river is known as Para, has many lakes and holy tirthas. Nahusha's son, Yayati, fell on its banks in the midst of righteous ones. Footnote. The story of Yayati's fall is recounted in section 1, volume 1. End of footnote. Though he fell, he again obtained the eternal words characterized by Dharma. O son, there is also a sacred lake and Mount Menaka. There is also Mount Asita with many roots and fruit. O Yudhishthira, O Pandava, Kakashena's sacred hermitage is there, and also Chayavana's hermitage, famous everywhere. O Lord, with a few austerities, men can obtain success there. O great king, there is also Jambu Marga, the hermitage of rishis who have controlled their souls. O foremost among those who have pacified themselves, it is frequented by animals and birds. O king, O lord of the earth, there is Ketumala, which is most sacred and is always crowded by ascetics and Medhya and Gangaranya. There is the famous and sacred forest of Sendhava, frequented by Brahmanas. O descendant of the Bharata lineage, there is the grandfather's holy lake. Footnote. The grandfather here refers to Brahma. By the name of Pushkara. This is the beloved hermitage of Vaikhanasas. Footnote. A Vaikhanas is a hermit or ascetic, a Brahmin who has resorted to the forest. End of footnote. This is the beloved hermitage of Vaikhanasas, Siddhas, and Rishis. O best of the Kuru lineage, O supreme among those who have performed good deeds, Prajapati himself chanted this verse in praise of Pushkar. If a wise person desires to go to Pushkara even in his mind, all his sins are destroyed and he finds delight in the vault of the sky, which is the heavens. Would somebody else like to take over? Okay, I shall go on to 385 then.
I think it was really lovely. Just carry on, Tarini. It was great.
Yeah.
Thank you.
385. Thomya said, O tiger among kings, I will now describe to you the sacred spots and purifying places in the northern direction. O Pandava, the sacred Saraswati flows towards the ocean with many pools. Footnote. The name Saraswati means one with many lakes or pools, Saras. End of footnote. And adorned with groves. There is the immensely swift Yamuna. There is also the sacred and auspicious Tirtha, Plakshavatarana. After undertaking a sacrifice to Saraswati, Brahmanas performed their ablutions there. O unblemished one, O descendant of the Bharata lineage, there is the sacred, famous, divine, and auspicious Agni Shira. Sahadev sacrificed there after throwing the sacrificial peg. Footnote. The sacrificial peg or staff is Shamya. It was thrown to measure out the length of the sacrificial ground. End of footnote. O Yudhishthira, it is because of this reason that Indra chanted a verse, which is still prevalent in the world and is sung by Brahmanas. The fires that Sahadev lit along the Yamuna were 1 crore, and the gifts were hundreds of thousands. Footnote, with reference to the crore, the text says 100,000. It was there that the king Bharata, the immensely famous emperor, performed 35 horse sacrifices. O son, we have heard that Sarakasta, who satisfied the wishes of the Brahmanas in ancient times, has an extremely holy and famous hermitage there. O Partha, O great king, the river Saraswati is always worshipped by those who are virtuous. In ancient times, the Velakhilya rishis performed sacrifices there. O Yudhishthira, the most sacred and famous Trishadvati is there. O Lord of men, O supreme among the Bharata lineage, the immensely sacred Vaivarnya and Varna, learned in the Vedas, learned in the rites of the Vedas, and wise in the knowledge that is in the Vedas, always performed many sacred sacrifices there. In ancient times, many gods gathered in Vishakhayupa with Indra and Varuna and performed austerities so that the spot became extremely sacred. There is also holy and lovely Palashaka, where the great rishi Lord Jamadangi, immensely fortunate and immensely famous, performed a sacrifice. All the best of the rivers came in person to meet the supreme Rishi, each bringing its own waters, and stood around in servitude. O great king, Vishvavasu himself went there, and on witnessing the valor of that great-souled and brave one, chanted this shloka. When the great-souled Jamadangi sacrificed to the gods, and all the rivers arrived and worshipped him with honey, O Yudhishthira, the place where the supreme peak of the mountain was swiftly splintered by the Ganga in Gangadwara, Gangadwara is made beautiful by Gandharvas, Yakshas, Rakshasas, and Apsaras. It is the habitation of Kirtas and Kinnaras. Footnote. Kirtas are mountainous tribes who lived through hunting. End of footnote. This famous and sacred place is frequented by masses of Brahmarashis. O Kauravya, Sanat Kumar, the sacred Kankhala are there, and the mountain named Puru, where Pururava was born. Phrigu performed his austerities there, visited by masses of Maharshis. O great king, that hermitage on the great mountain has become famous by the name of Bhrigutunga. O bull among the Bharata lineage, the Lord Vishnu Narayan is eternal and supreme among beings, and is all that is, all that was, and all that will be. His glorious, holy, and extensive hermitage Badri is there, famous and renowned in the three worlds as a sacred place. Ganga, which carries warm waters, is different along Badri. O king, it carries cool waters laced with gold. The rishis and the gods always come and show their obeisance to the Lord God Narayan, immensely fortunate and immensely energetic. O Partha, where the supreme-souled, eternal God Narayan dwells, the entire universe and all its tirthas are also there. He is sanctity. He is the supreme Brahman. He is the tirtha. He is the hermitage of austerities. The Devarshis, the Siddhas, and all the other ascetics also dwell there. Madhusudana is the original God. He is the great yogi. You should have no doubt that the place where he dwells is the most holy among all that is holy. O King, O Lord of the earth, these are the sacred spots on the earth. O best of men, I have recounted the tirthas and purifying places, the Vasus, the Sadhyas, the Adityas, the Maruts, the Ashwins, and the great-souled rishis who know about the nature of the Brahman, frequent these places. O Kanteya, if you go to these places with the bull among the Brahmanas and your immensely fortunate brothers, you will discard all anxiety. 386. Vaishampayana said, O descendant of the Kaurav lineage, while Dhaumya was speaking thus, the great and immensely energetic Rishi Lomasha arrived. The king, who was the eldest of the Pandavas, his retinue, and the Brahmanas arose for the immensely fortunate one, just as the immortals arise in heaven for Shakra. Having worshipped him in accordance with what was prescribed, Dharmraj Yudhishthir asked him the reason for his arrival and the reason for his travels. Thus, asked by Pandu's son, the great-souled one was pleased and replied in soft words, Delighted delighting the Pandav. O Kanteya, while I was travelling all the worlds according to my wishes, I went to Shakra's residence and saw the Lord of the gods there. I also saw your brave brother Savyasachi and was extremely astonished to see him share half of Shakra's throne. O tiger among men! On my seeing Partha seated in that fashion, the king of the gods told me there, "Go to Pandu's sons." Thus addressed, I have come swiftly to see you, with your younger brothers. I have come because of the words of Puruhuta, footnote, Indra's name, end of footnote, and the great-souled Partha. O son, O descendant of the Pandava lineage, I will tell you that which will bring you great delight. O king, listen to my words. With your brothers and with Krishna, O bull among the Pandava lineage, on your words the mighty armed one went out for weapons. Partha has obtained from Rudra a great and unrivalled weapon. It is known as Brahmashira, and Rudra obtained it after great austerities. That terrible weapon arose with the ambrosia. Footnote. Ambrosia is Amrit. The reference is to the churning of the ocean. In the course of the churning, both Amrit and the weapon arose. End of footnote. That terrible weapon arose with the ambrosia, and Savyasachi has now obtained it. Together with the mantras for withdrawing, repulsing, and releasing it. O Yudhishthira, O descendant of the Kuru lineage, the infinitely powerful Partha has obtained other divine weapons too, like Vajra and Danda, from Yama, Kubera, Varuna, and Indra. He has learnt from Vishvavasu's son. Footnote. Vishvavasu was the king of the Gandharvas. Chitrasena was a king of the Gandharvas, and it was from Chitrasena that Arjun learned these skills, described in section 32. Chitrasena is being described as Vishvavasu's son. End of footnote. He has learnt from Vishvavasu's son singing, dancing, the chanting of samas, and the playing of musical instruments, as is prescribed according to the rules and according to the norms for learning. Thus, Kanteya has become skilled in weapons and has learned Gandharva Veda. Footnote. Gandharva Veda is the knowledge of singing and dancing. End of footnote. Bhibatsu, younger to your younger brother, lives happily there. Footnote. Here, the brother refers to Yudhishthira's younger brother, which is Bhima, and Bhima's younger brother is Arjuna. End of footnote. O gods, told me for your sake, listen to me. There is no doubt that you will go to the world of men. O supreme among Brahmanas, repeat these words of mine to Yudhishthira. Your younger brother Arjuna will swiftly return after obtaining weapons, but after accomplishing a great task for the gods, which the gods themselves are incapable of. Together with your brothers, devote yourself to austerities. Austerities are supreme, and there is nothing greater than austerities. O bull among the Bharata lineage, I know Karn exactly. In battle, he is not worth a 16th part of Partha. O destroyer of enemies, I will dispel the fear that exists in your mind about him when Savyasachi has returned. Footnote. Him refers to Karna. End of footnote. O brave one, you have a desire in your mind towards visiting the Tirthas. There is no doubt that Lomasha will tell you everything about this. O descendant of the Bharata lineage, whatever the Maharshi tells you about the fruits of austerities and Tirthas should be accepted by you as the bringer of welfare. It should not be otherwise. Footnote. Indra is addressing these words to Yudhishthira, and they are being repeated by Lomasha. End of footnote. Should I stop?
Yeah.
Yes.
Is it the end of the chapter?
Yes, it is the end of the chapter. Yeah.
Okay, that's nice.
Yes.
Very good.
So we're stopping at page 65, 387. It's past 9. Thank you.
That was lovely. That was
Beautiful.
beautiful.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That's great.
You're going to stop the recording, Matura, please?
Yeah, let's stop recording now.